Hi guys, it's Woojin here, and today I'm going to be giving you some more unpopular K-pop opinions. I know this trend is dying, and I know I upload too much K-pop unpopular opinions, but I swear I have completely new opinions in these ones. Maybe one, two are previous opinions I've already said before, but I keep like saying the same opinions because I like to say them. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope that you sub to me because I'll be releasing more videos soon. So stay tuned for that, and I hope that you enjoyed this video, and please share your opinions in the comments below. So let's get into the video. So the first opinion is that when ITZY debuted or when Dollar debuted, people were comparing them to Blackpink, saying they're copying Blackpink or stuff like that. And it's kind of honestly stupid, and people need to stop comparing every group that does girl crush and compare them to Blackpink. Like ITZY, when they debuted with Dala Dala, for me it wasn't even a girl crush song. It was more of a experimental song like Icy, and the first girl crush song for me was Mafia in the Morning. And when Dala debuted with the girl crush song. I'm not sure if they do girl crush songs till now because I don't really listen to them. Even though I listen to Asian music, I don't really listen to them. And the thing is, people need to stop comparing every single girl crush concepted group that comes along and say they're copying Blackpink. Because if you take groups like 4 Minute, they did Hate, which I think was released in 2017, a year after Blackpink debuted. Then if you take Matilda's You Bad, Don't Make Me Cry, Global Icons Beatles, and 21's I Am the Best, Girls' Generations, what you call it, Catch Me If You Can. These were songs that were released maybe after or way before Blackpink's debut, and these groups did badass concepts like Girls' Generations, Catch Me If You Can, and then 21's I Am the Best, Global Icons, Beatles. These were badass concepts that were girl crushy kind of concepts, and these songs were released way before Blackpink. So you cannot, you know, compare every single girl crush group to Blackpink saying they're copying Blackpink just because Blackpink are worldwide popular. Because number one, Blackpink did not invent girl crush. Number two, any girl group can do girl crush as long as it's in their own style. Just because it sounds similar to Blackpink and they're being badass because Blackpink are badass doesn't mean you compare them to Blackpink. How can you do a girl crush concept without being badass? It's stupid to me because when you do a girl crush concept, you're supposed to show a badass side of you. You're supposed to show you're being a badass, or you're like coming to reclaim your throne or something like that being badass. So just because a group is badass, they do girl crush concept doesn't mean they're copying Blackpink, because Blackpink are not the original creators or inventors of girl crush. There were groups before them who did girl crush. Maybe it was less as compared to the sexy concept or the EDM concept being done in second gen, but still there were groups doing girl crush way before Blackpink. So you cannot say Blackpink are the ones to create girl crush, that you compare every single girl crush group to Blackpink because Blackpink are worldwide popular. It's completely stupid and it should stop now. So this dance practice and the next few dance practices have nothing to do with the opinion, I guess. So the next opinion is, don't hate a group just because they don't sound good live, and don't call them untalented. Now the main reason I say this is because I've seen people call Blackpink untalented, and people are hating on Momo and stuff. And yes, I understand that there may be some untalented idols in K-pop, and companies just pick them because they look gorgeous and stuff, and K-pop focuses on looks as well as talent and dancing, and some companies do take idols just based on their looks and the fact that they aren't talented. They just take them because they look good, because they know that they can vocally edit them properly and make them sound good and stuff like that with autotune and stuff. But it's not good to say that a group is untalented and stuff, because groups are more talented than you. There are K-pop idols who are more talented than you, and for you to say they're untalented is stupid, because groups have to sing and dance live. While they're singing live, they have to dance as well. So it could be a possibility that they're tired out, so they sound a little bit off key live because they have to do hard choreographies and they have to dance live and move a lot. And another reason could be maybe they're nervous. Like, even though groups train for years and years, maybe at the debut stages they dance weirdly or they sing a little off key, maybe because they're a bit nervous or something. And maybe every time they go on stage they get a little bit nervous. So it could be that they could be a little bit shy or nervous on stage. That's why they sound a little off key. So you should find possible reasons for them sounding off key live. Maybe they're not perfect in performing live. Maybe they're not amazing vocalists or dancers live. Maybe they are, have a certain problem. Like when people hated on Jennie, saying that she's a lazy dancer, I was the one who said maybe she has like, a medical problem or a condition or something. and people were quick to assume that she's a bad dancer and called her lazy dance and stuff. And then it was finally revealed that she did have a medical problem, and I was right. And I was like, I literally was like, maybe she has a medical problem, that's why she was called a lazy dancer. So you shouldn't assume and say a group is untalented or something. You should at least find possible reasons as to why they don't sing or dance live. Maybe they have a medical problem, maybe they're just nervous live, maybe they're not the best performers live, maybe they're trying to get better and they still not as good as compared to their fellow mates. Maybe they're just a little bit less amazing as their group mates and stuff. You shouldn't assume things. You should just enjoy the live performance and maybe pick out the parts that were amazing about the idol's live performance instead of calling them untalented or calling the group untalented. You should find out reasons as to why they are not singing good live, first of all. And the second thing is, you should find amazing things about the live performance and shouldn't be like they're untalented. You should pick out parts of the live performances that actually did sound good and amazing. So stop saying an idol is untalented when they are actually talented and they actually can sing, but it's just that they have to sing and dance and perform amazingly. So that's why they sometimes sing off key and they sing bad. So the next opinion is, I want more people to check out, lesser known, underrated or small company groups. I want this to happen because then people have a more wider discography and they know there's so many K-pop groups existing who release amazing songs every now and then. Even if they're underrated, they can still recommend them on their KTube channels or to people and stuff. I'm only reason I'm making this opinion is because there's so many groups that go underrated day by day, and so many groups debut each year but only a few get popularity. And if people checked out more groups, they would have more songs in their discography, because I've seen people say K-pop is getting boring, but the only reason it's getting boring is because a lot of people just listen to the more well-known company groups or better budgeted company groups, and they base their assumptions over those few groups instead of knowing that there are plenty of other groups in K-pop as well who don't get popularity and remain underrated. So if you don't want to call K-pop boring again, or if you want, songs of certain concepts, like if you want more cute concepted groups, you can search up on YouTube and find a lot of cute concept groups that do cute concepts, angelic concepts, or light-hearted innocent concepts. If you want more sexy concepts, there's so many groups who do it. If you want more girl crush concepts, there's so many groups who do it. If you want more vocals in a group, there's so many groups with amazing vocals. If you want more dance in a group, there's so many groups with amazing dances. So you just have to search for them and you just have to find them, and then you'll find more amazing K-pop songs that are amazing. And you should never underestimate a small company. And people think that underrated small company groups are bad, which is completely false, because a lot of them can produce amazing MVs. Even if the camera's low quality, they can make amazing songs. Even if their comebacks are months or maybe even a year later, they can still make amazing songs, because they are trying to save up the money to make amazing songs since they don't have the finances to make an amazing song. So I'm just saying, if more people checked out more underrated groups and more smaller company groups, they will know that how many groups are there in K-pop that release amazing songs. Sure, there are some K-pop songs that are vocally edited bad, but there are more K-pop songs that are vocally edited good, and the good edited K-pop songs outweigh the badly edited K-pop songs. So people should check out more underrated, more smaller company groups, so that they can find more bops to add to their playlist. They can recommend them to their friends, and they can have more songs that they know are amazing or in a certain concept that they like. And if they want more groups to release songs in a certain concept, then they can just search it up, because there are plenty of groups that go underrated that release songs in certain concepts, and that release songs in the concepts that you love. For supposing, if you love girl crush concepts, then you can find so many groups doing girl crush. If you like if you like innocent concepts or chill concepts or chill songs, then there are so many groups releasing those chill songs and chill concepts. You just have to find them. So if people checked out more smaller underrated groups, or maybe financially unstable groups, then they can see how wide K-pop is, how amazing K-pop is, and they can find even more groups to recommend and make popular, and they can show their fans that K-pop is not just based on EXO, Blackpink, Red Velvet, Twice, GOT7, G-Friend, ENHYPEN, TXT, but there are so many more groups beyond them, and that K-pop is not just revolves around these bigger company groups, but K-pop revolves around smaller company groups as well. There are certain levels to K-pop, and if people dive down into underrated K-pop, they will find that K-pop from smaller company groups are not as bad as people say they are. So the next opinion is that I want more underrated smaller company groups to come on variety shows like Weekly Idol, Knowing Brothers, or other variety shows that are popular, or maybe have their own variety show. And I want smaller company groups to at least try and perform on Studio Choom, or get their own Studio Choom alternative for underrated groups where they can showcase their performance and stuff. I don't know if popular groups and bigger company groups pay to be on Studio Choom or pay to be on variety shows, but I want them to go on these shows or have their own shows for underrated groups, because I want underrated groups to showcase their talents and singing and their comedy and their funniness and all more, because they don't get to showcase it enough, and the only time they do get to showcase it is on Arirang, and Arirang has 1 million plus subscribers, but these videos remain underrated and they don't get a lot of views. Most of them don't even pass 10k views, and they only pass like 1k, reach up to 5k views, which is honestly sad. Like, Arirang maybe does maybe 3-4 videos max of these groups and then moves on to the next underrated group, or group in general. And I want more popular variety shows to take these underrated groups and do videos with them and stuff, so that they could showcase their talent and stuff. There was this one channel named Odyssey that did a video with ICU, who are a small company group from Liz Entertainment, recently for around the comeback of Look at Me, and they're probably going to get at least some fan base from them, because Odyssey has over 200k subscribers on their channel, and it's really nice to see that. So I want more popular channels to do this, and give these underrated groups a shot to showcase what they have, so that more fans can listen to them, more fans can get them popular, more fans can see how funny they are and how amazing they are, and their charms and how well they dance, how well they sing and stuff like that. Because even on their own channels they upload these funny type of videos and stuff, but they don't get views, since a lot of underrated groups have up to 5k subscribers max on their YouTube channels, because they're small company groups and people don't notice them. So if bigger variety shows take these groups, or if bigger producers make or their own variety shows for underrated groups, then more people can know them, and more people can check out their music and give them popularity, and see how funny and amazing they are, and that underrated groups are amazing as well as popular groups. So the next opinion is an opinion I just added like a second ago, because I just thought of it, so it's a last minute opinion. I've seen people say that you shouldn't hate on other groups because your group is underrated, which I understand, because I try to promote underrated groups, and I don't try to hate on popular groups because my group is underrated. I do have some times where I hate on popular groups, but it's because of different reasons, not because of my favorite group being underrated. I try to promote underrated groups, and I try to not hate on popular groups because I listen to popular groups as well. But the other thing they said along with it, they said that you shouldn't hate on popular groups because your group is underrated, which I understand. And they also say maybe the your favorite underrated group, or maybe the underrated group is underrated for a reason. Like, that is honestly the most stupidest thing I've heard. Like, why do people say maybe the underrated group is underrated for a reason? Like, what? That makes no sense. Just because popular groups have, amazing dancing, amazing singing, and, amazing performance, doesn't mean you have to say this about underrated groups because they are not amazing performers, amazing singers, or amazing dancers. Like, there are a lot of amazing vocally K-pop groups, like take disbanded groups like Hey Miss, which is a girl group, and LC9 and Phantom, which are boy groups. And take other disbanded groups like the Singing Girls. And take the promoting group QOS, which is Queens of Sound, that is a girl group. These groups all have amazing vocal talent, and you can see it in their live performances, and you can see it. Then take girl groups like Girl Kind, who are promoting, who's a girl group. They have amazing dance talent. And there's so many groups who have amazing talents, and there's so many groups who don't have amazing talents and are not as amazing as popular groups. But that doesn't mean that you can say maybe they're underrated for a reason, which is the most stupidest thing I've heard in the history of people saying stupid things in the world. Like, not every group needs to have amazing dancing, amazing singing, and amazing performances. Just because popular groups have that, it's because they have more of a budget and they come from better companies who have the resources and finances to train them for many years, to train them with the best dance teachers and the best vocal teachers and get them the best music video directors for their MVs and stuff. They are not underrated for a reason. It's just that their company doesn't have the finances to train them well, and they're trying their hardest and their best to train the group before their debut. I'm not sure about this, but I think many underrated groups, they learn from YouTube videos and stuff about their dancing and stuff. And a lot of groups, they choreograph their own choreographies and stuff. So for y'all to say that, this group is underrated for a reason, or X group is underrated for a reason, or maybe they're underrated for a reason, is so stupid, and honestly it's hurtful, because popular groups are amazing dancing wise, singing wise, and performance wise, is because the company can afford to give them the best out of the best dance teachers and vocal teachers and performance trainers and stuff. So stop saying that maybe they're underrated for a reason. That's the honestly the most hurtful thing as an underrated girl group stan, as well as a popular girl group stand, to hear that, because I don't care about amazing vocals, amazing dancing, amazing MVs. I don't care about any of this. As long as the group can sing, the group can dance, then it's amazing. If the group has amazing dance skills, then amazing. If the group has amazing singing skills, then it's amazing. If the group performs well live, it's amazing. But if a group doesn't have amazing singing skills and the singing skills are just normal, and if the group doesn't have dance skills but can dance, and if the group doesn't have amazing performance skills but still can perform, then amazing. I don't care if a group is amazing in dancing, singing, performance. I don't care if a group is average in dancing, singing, performance. I will still try to promote them and love them because I love their music, whether it's a boy group or a girl group. Even though I'm more of a girl group stan, I still listen to boy groups. So stop saying maybe they're underrated for a reason. There is no reason behind saying that they're underrated for a reason. There is no reason. Everyone is talented in their own way. They are not underrated for a reason. Y'all just say that because y'all love popular groups and y'all think popular groups are so much more better because they have the resources, they are amazing performers and stuff. I don't hate popular groups just because my favorite underrated group is underrated. I promote both popular groups and underrated groups. I do both promotions because I'm not the person to say maybe they're underrated for a reason. I don't say that. I try to listen to every single girl group that comes and boy groups as well if they interest me. And please stop saying that maybe they are underrated for a reason. There is no reason. I said it before, I'll say it again. There is no reason. They are not underrated for a reason. Y'all just don't listen to them because y'all have such high standards for singing, dancing, and performance that y'all forget there are other groups in K-pop, and you'll only look at the groups that have amazing dancing and performance and singing skills. Y'all forget that so many groups exist, even if they have average dancing, singing, or performance skills. Still promote them, listen to them, check them out. They maybe will get better in the future. Like, there are a lot of people I've seen who go like they are not amazing singers or they're not amazing dancers, but they will improve in time, and I love those people who say that. But people who say maybe they're underrated for a reason is the most stupidest thing I've heard people say, and that needs to stop because y'all are literally trying to say that underrated groups are untalented, or or they can't do certain things. They are not underrated for a reason. There is no reason. There was no reason to begin with. There is no reason now. There is no reason where before, and there hasn't been a reason since the first underrated group all the way up to the now underrated group. So please shut your mouth because that is not even a sentence. That makes no sense, and that needs to stop. That phrase needs to be taken out of people's mouths and needs to being stop being said by people because it's honestly the most stupidest thing I've heard ever in my entire life. So the last opinion I have of the day is that maybe Big Hit Entertainment wasn't as small as I thought it was. Like, as a company before BTS's worldwide popularity. Like if you look at small companies nowadays, a lot of small companies debut a girl group or a boy group and then give them a second comeback, maybe 5 or 6 months after debut, or maybe a year or two after they debut, because of the fact that they are small companies and they are financially unstable, and they are don't have the resources to give them comebacks consistently. But if you look at Big Hit, even though they were about to go bankrupt, and even though their performances may have been cut because you need to pay to perform, and a lot of things may have happened to them that happened to small companies, they still managed to have a decent amount of comebacks with amazing MVs. And if you look at Glam also, they had amazing amount of comebacks with amazing MVs and stuff. So in my opinion, Big Hit was a small company on the verge of bankruptcy, but they weren't as small as you think. They were maybe a small company that could give comebacks to groups with amazing MVs. Like if you take Aftermoon Entertainment that debuted V Girls, and if you take a bunch of other groups like Per Se, Girl Kind, or Neon Punch, and plenty of other girl groups and boy groups who have had more than one comeback close to their debut, and have made consistent amount of comebacks and made good amount of comebacks and haven't taken long to make their next comeback. So maybe Big Hit Entertainment was like these companies I just mentioned, like Girl Kind, Neon Punch, We Girls, these companies. And they weren't as small as you think. Sure, they may have been on the verge of bankruptcy, and they may have had a lot of stuff done to them, like performance cuts and stuff since you pay to perform, and a lot of other things. But still, it was still pretty good, the MVs, and even Glam had good MVs and songs, and their songs were vocally edited well, because a lot of small companies, they cannot vocally edit their songs well, and sometimes the instrumental is louder than the a cappella of them singing, or sometimes the vocal editing could use a bit work, sometimes the MV could use a bit work as well. But in my opinion, BTS was actually doing pretty well and pretty okay before BTS's popularity, and Big Hit was actually a pretty sound company even before BTS's worldwide popularity, even if they were on the verge of bankruptcy. So in my opinion, Big Hit was actually pretty good in the department of you know managing their groups, and they did pretty well. So that was the last opinion that I had for this video. So guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope that you sub to me, because I'll be releasing more videos soon. And I hope that these opinions weren't as triggering for you, and I hope that you share your opinions down in the comments below. And I hope that you're not tired of me doing a lot of unpopular K-pop opinions videos, since I have so many opinions and I'm becoming more and more aware as a K-pop stan. So I hope that you're keeping healthy, keeping safe, and keeping your family safe, and I hope that you're only going out when necessary. And if you are going out to meet people, I hope that you're wearing your mask and you're keeping hand sanitizers with you, and you're keeping your distance, even if it's with your family or your friends. So stay safe, take care, bye, and cue outro. I'm falling again.